Hello, this is Eve from 3D Fashion in Color. Now let's check out this colorful outfit. Now, the first thing you see when you look at this outfit, you see there are two garments, okay? The bodice, and let's just say for now, it's the jumpsuit, okay? Which in reality it is. But with the previous definitions in the other video chapters, we've defined this as a denim bib overall. So, but this is a type of denim bib overall where the top, the bodice part is deconstructed. Okay. And check out the way it's deconstructed. Here on the right side, you have the strap, and you have the strap with the overall strap buckle here attached to the button. So this is normal because it's the traditional strap. Instead, the left side here of this bodice, you have the panel, okay, but instead of another strap, you have this really large dramatic um, denim ruffle that just cascades over the shoulder, and here it ends up being buttoned somewhere here on to this front panel or the bib part, the bib section of the denim overall, and it continues a bit down this part here. So there's big asymmetry going on, okay? So this is like an asymmetrical overall, denim overall. Now, to balance this design here with these ruffles here, we have this bodice and asymmetrical bodice, because here on the right side here it's sleeveless. On the left, instead, you have this really large, wide, puffy sleeve that ends here in with maybe a very thin cuff with gathers. Okay, so it's cinched here at the wrist. Now, these at her waist here, her waist is cinched with this leather belt with this big metallic sort of rusted metallic buckle, and with a leather pouch. Now for the pants, these pants are very the type that's a real it has a relaxed silhouette with large cargo pockets and flaps. You notice the flaps in the thigh area here, and there are also patch pockets above these cargo pockets. Now here, these this harem type looking denim pants, they finish with cuffs that are rolled up, okay, and above the ankle. So here there is some gathering going on, and then there, if you notice this section here, they're also rolled up. So they were long and they were rolled up. Now, these colors, they're really, I like the way they go together here. For accessories, she's wearing a pair of laced up, I would say suede leather boots. This is a like tan brown. And also she has these leather bangles and long hoop earrings. Now, this outfit, it's denim. Okay, here we see two parts. We see this denim long shirt, Okay, look at the way it's constructed. And then here we see a leather skirt. So the first thing and the second. Let's talk about this denim long shirt. Okay. Um, this is very interesting because here you're playing with denim in two colors. First, the right side you have this sage green, and on the left you have this indigo denim wash. So really beautiful. But of course, you've noticed particular things about this outfit. So, things that stand out. And what do you notice that stands out? You notice that the color stands out. You notice that the placket stands out. So they're quite different from what you're used to. Of course, maybe the third thing you've noticed, as I have already mentioned, is the two colors going on. First, you have a sage green. Look at this. The sleeve, and then you have an indigo denim blue. Now, here you have this button closure that's running down the center, but here you have this particular design here of the placket. Okay, so it's we want to call it like it's a wavy asymmetrical front. Okay, closure. So the way this is cut. Now, here we have also the color. And this color is very interesting because there is a notch. Look at that. This notch here in the color. It's not a straight traditional like color. Okay, a straight color, you wouldn't have this going on. But you have like a notch in the color as though it wants to, I would say, imitate lapels, in other words. And because you have this notch, the look, it really looks more relaxed. Okay, not too strict, because if you had that high up color, it looked more, it looked more like serious. So it's a more relaxed look. Now here you have at the waist, you can also use the belt to enhance the silhouette. And the skirt, okay, is a leather skirt. It's a brown leather skirt. So this adds another layer to this design. The sleeves are regular sleeves. They're wide sleeves that end in cuffs. So I picked this design because it's quite interesting. Now I'm gonna go on to show you how it looks on a model. Okay. Now let's check out this midi dress. Okay, so here there's a lot of stuff going on here in this mini dress. And when you look at it, when I look at it, the first thing that comes to mind, I'm gonna be like, oh, she's wearing a tie. Look at this tie. Okay, because this is tie shaped. So let's sort of analyze this. Now, this is like a tailored elegance, and it's like it just meets like fantasy because this is all tailored and stiff, and this like organza, um, polyester chiffon, it's like all flowy and it's just relaxed. Okay, now if you check out the skirt part of this here, you see that it's if you notice underneath there is a lining. Okay, I'm not sure which material they would have used. There is a lining underneath, and here there's the overlay of the skirt part of this dress. Now here, the tailored part is this part here. The tailored part is, let's put it like the stiffer structured part. And here you have a regular collar, and you have lapels, though, like a lapel like thing going on here in the center. And you have this is the panel is in the shape of a tie. Now, the material used here is like a floral brocade or jacquard type of material. Okay. There is no waistband here, but this silhouette is you get this silhouette by the way you construct these panels, for example. So they would have attached this material here, the sheer material, to the opaque material, okay? This one, the transparent one, to the lining, in other words. So here, for example, this sheer material here, whatever its material, whether it be organza, chiffon, here it ends in the cuffs. So, and the cuffs are of this material here, the brocade material. Now, I just wanted to show you some examples of brocade and jacquard material, okay? So this here there are definitions, but this material sometimes if you manage to check out the fabric store, you touch them and you see that they're materials that they're manufactured, produced, just how should I say? They're not prints material, okay? Because the brocade, for example, it's like rich, heavy fabric woven with raised patterns. So when you touch them, there is like a dimension to it, and they use metallic threads also, gold, silver, metallic threads, all types, and they're usually bold, intricate, and traditional. The brocade type of thing. Now so they're not, the important thing is like there is nothing printed onto it, onto the material. Things are woven into the material but not printed on. Instead, the jacquard is a type of fabric woven on a jacquard loom. Okay, the difference, it's woven on a type of loom, the jacquard loom, and it allows for complex patterns and finer details. And here you can use a variety of yarns. And they say it's more versatile and subtle than brocade. Okay, so the important thing is to understand that these are done in a different way. They're not print. Inspiration could be maybe type of a Gothic couture, Victorian type of thing, Victorian type of inspiration, um, avant-garde evening wear. Okay, it's something you can really even walk down to the runway with, and more or less it. So this is very interesting because it's high fashion and it's like tailored elegance that meets fantasy. Let's talk about this outfit. And this one I found also really interesting because this is the top and here we have the skirt, okay? But the top, we can say it's asymmetric, okay, for all the right reasons. Look at that. And the skirt, we can call it a wrap skirt. So there. Now here, let's break it down a bit here. Now this top has this high mandarin color here and with frog closures. Not very easy to understand, but here there are frog closures. I'm going to show you what a frog closure is. They're ornamental fastening for garments. So they're also made of braided or corded material. And here you have a decorative knot, and here you have a loop. So here one has a knot, one has a loop. And this knot has to go into this loop. Okay? So they're really very, very highly decorative, these frog closures. Now let's go back to this outfit and we'll talk more about it. Now, here, the top here, besides having these frog closures, we have also this asymmetry going on. So here on one side, we have the denim, and here on this other side here, the other part of this top, we have the printed fabric, but we have it cut in a certain way. So we have one side here with floral patterns, and the other side it's all denim. And here it's cut in a way that the hem of this top of this of the left side is cascades down the hip area. Okay. Instead, the right side stays right at the level of the hip. Now let's talk about the skirt. The skirt here, we have this overlapping wrap style design. Here we have some embroidery detail here, and here you have some pleating. Look at this. And this is very interesting because there, of course, it's all asymmetric also. Now, this pleated fabric was probably done with some polyester, chiffon, organza, georgette, these types of fabrics. And the denim too would be a sort of a lightweight cotton denim that was used. Note the sleeveless cut here. Okay. And also these, as was said before, this dramatic high-low hemline of the top. So for me here, what's very interesting is I love the way it's the heights. For example, there's a crisscross design going on here. Here you have the details on the material. Here also here too. And here you have this denim, this part here that just touches the hip. But here also, the color in this, the pleated part of the skirt here, it's more or less the length of this part of the top here, like that. Okay? And this type of pleating, type of pleating is called ombre pleating. Now, this ombre pleating is sort of a design technique where the pleats they're combined with an ombre color effect. So the fabric then gradually changes from one color to another, like from dark to light. And they look really dynamic, these pleats, when they catch the light. So it's really beautiful effect. Now I'm going to show you this outfit. We're going to put this outfit on some models, okay? With some different accessories, and just check them out. Just check them out, see how they look. Different colors shoes, different color sandals, maybe necklaces. Okay. Check her out. What do you think of the shoes, accessories, etc.? What do you think of this one? Maybe she has a lot of jewelry, a lot of opulent jewelry. Look at that. And then there's this one here. This is Eve from 3D Fashion in Color signing off now. See you in the next videos.